on behalf of AICTE's approval process handbook. Joining us as a guest are Professor T.G. Sitharam, Chairman AICTE, Dr. Abdul Chair, Vice Chairman AICTE, and Professor Rajiv Kumar, Member Secretary, AICTE. Initially, there will be an address and presentation by AICTE Chairman Professor Sitharam, followed by the launch and unveiling of the approval process. This will be followed by the media interactions. Regarding this approval process handbook, let me mention that it is a very important event for AICTE because it is this handbook actually governs the processes of norms and standards for institutes seeking approvals from the council to run technical and management programs for students. So we begin. I request Chairman AICTE, Professor Sitharam, to brief about the approval process handbook for presentation. Over to you.
Namaskar. Namaste to everyone. Very good morning to all of you. We are very happy to be here to say what is this approval process handbook. It is first for you, and also we are going to release this today, and what changes we have brought in the area of technical and management education. So the presentation you're controlling?
Yes, sir.
As you all know, All India Council for Technical Education actually started in 1945 as an advisory body to the Government of India. And in 1987, through the Parliament, the provisions of AICTE Act of 1987, we became a regulator. So where the technical education and related courses, okay, which are related to that are governed by the AICTE, and those details of that is also given in the AICTE Act. And the technical education means programs of education, research and training in engineering, technology, architecture, town planning, management, pharmacy, and applied arts and crafts, and such other programs or area of the central government may in consultation with the council by notification of the Gazette. But recently, architecture and pharmacy has been managed by the Architecture Council of India and Pharmacy Council of India. So we have not included that this year. Okay. So this approval process handbook this time, first time in the history of AICTE, we have put it up for public comments. So it's an open document, very transparent process being followed, and we have kept it open for public comments, and a lot of comments, 600 plus comments we have received from all across, and all that was deliberated, discussed, and then some of them have been positively considered, and now the final handbook is ready. That doesn't mean that from today there is no changes for this book. We can always bring these changes through the next council meeting, which we have in an executive committee meeting, we have every month actually. So any changes can also happen, but we wanted to have a standard document for all the for the people who are connected with this, take all the stakeholders, so that they have a clarity on what is the general and then what modifications we bring. That's why we are first time saying it's for 24, 25, 20, 26, 27. So 3 years we wanted to keep this book as it is and add modifications or addendum changes into this separately. So that was our idea. Instead of every year modifying the entire book, we also wanted to make it very simple, light as per the National Education Policy 2020, light, but we also want to create quality, bring quality to technical and management education. That's our focus. Please understand, as a regulator, our goal, our job is to maintain the quality in technical and management education. So that's what we are trying to bring in through technical teachers training. Many activities are there. We also give scholarships to students. So for the needy, admission, special admission for gifted children, those who could not pass the entrance exam, we have a special things for gifted children. So many such new initiatives are actually we have started in the last few years, and hopefully I will be able to, next slide please. So let me give you some statistics also. See, the statistics is actually tells you that the scale at which we are going to be and how developed India. Because in Bharat mein, technical and management education is going to be the very critical aspect. Friends, you look at it today, we are looking at the programs and applied arts and crafts, architecture and planning, design, engineering and technology, hotel management, catering, and all the management courses, computer applications. Grand total is something like total approved intake is close to about 3 million people. Out of that, you can see about 2.4 million are in engineering and technology related courses. We have 3,600 engineering colleges, close to about 3,500 plus diploma colleges, and many PG diploma institutions and MBA programs. First time we bringing the undergraduate management education into AICTE fold. That doesn't mean that we are going to transfer from wherever they are functioning. If they are going to function wherever they are, but they will going to take the approval from AICTE as per the AICTE Act, and we are going to introduce new curriculum to them, which is vetted by the experts across the country, and we also give other facilities of quality initiatives and support to all these institutions. If they are in some college, they will be running there only. We are not going to change them to engineering colleges. But our engineering colleges also can open a undergraduate DCA course, BBA course, and BMS course. So we have made it much more flexible and approachable, as we need to look at, as per the NEP 2020, we have to have a 50% GER, so more institutions can be opened, our gross enrollment ratios increases. We are today in higher education 27%, with close to about 4 crore students in higher education. So our goal is going to be double that. Imagine that means we have to touch close to about 8 crores. So this is about the number of institutions offering the courses. And the next slide is, we have actually in our handbook very clear instructions for the new institutions which are going to be opening. Okay? When I say new institutions, a new engineering college, new diploma college, new MBA college, new management college also. Okay, that means till few years back we had a moratorium in the pretext of quality, but we need to know that we have to increase GR, so we have removed last year. Last year itself, the moratorium has been removed, but we are very careful in approving the new institutions who has infrastructure, professors and teachers, and laboratories required for running these technical management programs, and including library, computers, all that very specifically detailedly given in this handbook. This is what is approval and process. How many computers per student they should have, how many library books they should have, how many software resources they should have. All these details are actually given. So coming to the grant of approval of new institutions, we made it process simpler now, which offer courses in engineering and technology, at least 3 core branches, because we wanted to also give emphasis on core engineering. Because today you might have seen large number of people have a perception that only computer science and AI, artificial data sciences are there. But I want to tell you, even though there is a large demand in those, but there are core engineers studying across, because we have government institutions running these programs. Large number of the government institutions simply doesn't start other programs like private institutions. So there is a balance, but their numbers are slightly smaller, but that is enough for the country. That's what I would like to highlight. Reduced compliance of land and infrastructure related document and NOC requirements, because we made it less bureaucratic. We brought in all compliances, what is exactly required, they are only asking that. Because sometimes, if they have a land already, clearly given, but we don't want to go to Papa and all these very old documents. We wanted to see whether they are the real owners. That's all. Then, as per the provisions of AICTE Act, AICTE will regulate UG courses in computer application and management program from 24-25, similar to postgraduate courses which was existing for a long time. The existing institution offering UG courses like BBA, BBM, BMS, BCA need to take approval of the council, which is mandatory as per the Act of existing. But I wanted to assure you, it will not going to be a pain for any of the institution. We want to give enough time for them to raise the standards. We also will handhold them to raise the standards, like teachers training. We have AICTE Teaching and Learning Academy, which will actually run courses for them, both of time and regular programs, leadership programs, basic training courses, advanced training courses, and leadership courses. All are available and accessible to all these institutions. New institution for BBA, BCA, BBM will also be permitted, with up to about 300 intake. So that means our engineering institutions or MBA institutions which are running standalone management programs can also start an undergraduate so that they can have a multiple entry exit in their programs as per NEP. No change in the academic and governance structure of existing institutions. I'm repeating again. They will be running where they are running. Okay, and whichever university they are affiliated, or whichever university is giving their degree for those students, it will remain same. We are not changing those things. Okay, that is, academic and governance structure will remain same for these institutions, running UG courses in computer application and management along with other courses. Coming to the extension of the existing institution, that is one of the chapter in this book. First is the new institutions in this book, and the second chapter is about the existing institutions and university. So in these existing institutions, what changes we have brought? We brought institutions having National Institute Ranking Framework and QS ranking recently announced, and minimum 30% of UG courses NBA accredited, National Board of Accreditation. Okay, and the institutions who have an autonomous status through UGC, and more than 80% of enrollment in the last 3 years are eligible for 3 years approval. We want to give them a longer approval so they don't need to come to AICTE every year. But they need to submit the data online. That is mandatory because we wanted to collect the data of their teachers, what they're doing, what programs they're running, how many students have registered. That data we have made it mandatory to submit online as one location, and this format is also kept simple. Existing institution can increase the intake. Additional courses may be added subject to fulfillment of infrastructure availability, its readiness, and filled faculty position, followed by the expert visit committee recommendations. Only if the institution is already offering minimum 3 courses in core branches, including multidisciplinary region-specific branches. That is, for example, mining, in the mining area, mining engineering program. Example I'm giving you. That is what I said, multidisciplinary region-specific branches. Or some industry, automobile industries are there. Then mechatronics is a program. That is also considered as a core engineer. Okay. Existing institutions will be permitted to offer UG courses in computer application and management program on the similar lines of PG courses. This is for the existing institution. They don't need to start another college. They can do within their structure. One division, that is 15, 30, 16, every course is permitted as supernumerary exclusively for working professionals. This is a landmark actually decision that we have taken. We are now creating working professionals program across the country. For diploma, with a ITI, the person is working, he can do a diploma. With a diploma, if he is working, he can do an UG. Okay, and if with a UG, if he is working, he can do a PG course. and PhD was there anyway earlier, okay, part-time. But we don't call this as part-time or evening program. We call it as a regular degree as per the NEP. He will get a regular degree, but it will be a flexible program. That means he might take, for example, a diploma student gets a lateral entry into the second year, but he might take more than 3 years to complete his time because he will be taking less courses beyond his office hours. The regular classes will happen. Regular, that means physical classes will happen. Physical laboratories will happen beyond office hour. So there will be an infrastructure utilization also of the existing colleges. Okay, one division we are actually giving that, and particularly some of these are given a little bit of flexibility, the guidelines for the institutions in Northeast, Jammu and Kashmir, and Leh and Ladakh. We are a little generous for them to open it up because their accessibility is difficult. They may not meet the quality standards of NIRF ranking, QS ranking, but we'll still select them if they are from these aspirational areas for us, for our country, like Jammu and Kashmir, Leh, Ladakh, and northeastern states. The existing institution shall be permitted to introduce one off-campus. See, I also understood that many cities doesn't have now land also to buy. There is no scope for expansion because there is no land itself availability. So we are giving a one-off campus within the affiliating university jurisdiction. For example, if they are affiliated to a KTU, within that region, anywhere, in any city, they can have an off campus. So they can go out of the small, medium city. 50% eligible courses with NBA accreditation and autonomous status, more than 80% admission. These are the kind of guidelines we actually cover in the approval process. That means what quality standards they should meet to become this. That has been clearly highlighted in the. And then there are some institutions which go on hibernation without informing us also they wish to go hibernation. Okay. And some of them used to come to approval for hibernation. So what we have made it very simpler now. Institution can take break from it, taking EOA, that is extension of approval, for a period which is 1 year less than the maximum duration of the course. For a revamping, for example, they're running an MTech, they can at least take a break for 1 year. But if they're running an UG program of 4 years, they can take a break of 3 years. So policy for grant of autonomy to polytechnic college first time has been introduced. Very similar to engineering colleges where autonomy to decide their curriculum, okay, is being given even for polytechnic colleges. Good polytechnic colleges are identified and autonomy is being proposed this year. So we are also emphasizing the chapter, next chapter is on collaboration, twinning, vocational courses, open and distance learning, and online learning. As per NEP, we have integrated this into the main campuses. All these. So institutions are permitted to have collaboration with industries. Industry joint degree programs have been offered now. Now, for example, some ex-industry wants to jointly offer an MTech degree with an institution, they can do that. And immediately what happens is, once they graduate, that same company will take them. Finally, our emphasis is on employability. Our entire emphasis of modification of this approval process is on employability. All the existing institutions are empowered to run vocational courses. So we have actually had a very close interaction with the NCVET, Dr. Kalsiji, and also Secretary Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Sri Atul Kumar Tiwari ji. We discussed and brought in lot of initiative which they were doing into our engineering and technical colleges. The idea is there is already enough infrastructure, both in terms of faculty and also the infrastructure, laboratory facilities and buildings were there, which could be utilized beyond 9 to 5 time for these activities as well. So it is basically we trying to get more out of the infrastructure what is there in the engineering and diploma colleges. AICTE approved institution should also evolve a mechanism for earning credits. So we have also integrated any skilling courses. Our students, in our engineering diploma can also get credits. So they don't need to repeat their required credits with some other course. The skilling courses, same thing what they have done could be embedded. So they will be a skilled engineer or a skilled diploma graduate now by embedding skilled courses into this. And now coming to the open and distance learning online, we are emphasizing, even though we are an engineering institution where laboratory component is very important. So we are not opening up where extensive laboratory is required to open and distance learning. We are only allowing courses which can be done online, like computer science. Majority of the courses are data science, are cyber security, such kind of courses which are amenable, or management courses which are amenable for online and distance learning. So UG courses in business administration and computer application also can be offered online. Postgraduate certificate and postgraduate diploma in cyber security and blockchain. That means new emerging areas are also included. And we develop curriculum with industry experts, and the entire curriculum for a program, every semester wise, subject wise, is also given with recommendation of books. Even the books, I would like to highlight to you, AICTE has developed new textbooks based on outcome based education with experts from IITs and NITs and also our universities, carefully selecting, curating them. These textbooks are also being brought out in 13 languages of Indian language, regional languages, and all of this is uploaded free cost at our e-portal for anybody to download. I would like to also tell you 5 lakh downloads have happened from across the country. I don't know, 70 countries have downloaded this. That means there is a lot of Indian diaspora who are maybe a Gujarati or a Kannadiga or a Tamilian would like to download these books and read it. So that's the one major thing has happened in the last 2 years. So revised guidelines for academic and administrative requirements are also brought in the handbook for the existing institution. The last other important changes in the approval process: 2 supernumerary seats per institute for gifted children. Gifted children, some of them are very good, starting their own company. Due to their busy schedule of that, they were unable to clear CET or Common Entrance or JEE exam. They will be left out. So we identify an institution and allow them to do this, but there is a methodology that is also given in this book. Then institutions may avail the services of adjunct faculty, professor of practice. So from industry, we can bring in now practicing people without PhD into academics. Okay, and they can take a break and come, or they can do a part-time. All provisions have been brought in. We are also bringing some changes to even the designation of these practicing professors in soon. All the institutions will encourage the students to study some of the electives mandatorily through SWAYAM. Both UGC, as I already know, but AICTE has also announced 40% of the courses can be taken by the students through SWAYAM portal. Those who do not know much about SWAYAM portal, this is a MOOCs platform very similar to MIT, okay, Massachusetts Institute of Technology MOOCs platform, but this is today largest platform in the world. 9,800 plus courses are there, full courses. Any student can learn this through self-learning, looking at the videos and reference material and text materials. And these courses are actually prepared, are taught by professors of excellent credentials from IITs and NITs and also good universities in the country. Okay, all these are full courses. That means they can get a credit, and there will be an examination for engineering and technology through NPTEL. IIT Madras conducts this. Okay, for others, AICTE also does one for general courses. Okay, where there are courses here in even on yoga and meditation, or the diabetic control. All courses are available for the benefit, and these are all for up to 40%. There is a flexibility brought in through self-learning, continuous learning. Even people can take this course out of their interest even after they're not even going for a degree. Okay, so this is a continuous learning. So this is an excellent platform. 12 institutions of the Government Ministry of Education are created and continuously updating and upgrading these courses through Swayam portal. Norm for grant for autonomy to polytechnic has also been introduced in the handbook. Focus on student registration for one nation, one data. This is one nation, one student ID. We call APAR, and is also being initiated in all institutions, including registration and academic bank of credits. So all this will become skilling, and all these will become much easier when the student registers on ABC. Then he can collect quotation and go back to his institution and say, okay, there is a in the act up to 40% courses are allowed. So you consider this. I don't want to repeat this in a regular college. That provision is also given to the students. So one student, one laptop scheme. If you remember our time, when I was an engineering student, I used to carry a T-square. Then later on, calculator came in. And I know one student, one laptop scheme is not mandatory now because we don't want to burden the student putting in a lot of money. So we made it desirable. And today there are computers and laptops at 15,000 rupees. We are also asking some CSR funds to be institutions to support our institution to provide these to every student. So what happens is the culture will change among the engineering and diploma students when they carry their laptop and start working on it rather than just a phone. They will be flipping only Facebook. So here they will actually do something learning. That's the idea with which we have started. So these are the major changes, and I don't have anything else to add. But if you have any specific questions, we will take. And that's all from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for this very informative presentation. I request you, sir, for the mark of the handbook. Thereafter, we can have the question.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. We can start the Q&A session. I would request all of you, those who are journalists, you can have a question. So we start.
You mentioned that online data submission is mandatory for all the children every year. This is the
Might be not.
so you mentioned that online data submission is mandatory for every institute every year. Part of this 3 years approval process. So this is a kind of this mandatory disclosure which is actually public every year. They publish on their website.
Very rightly, I mean, you're very correct. And also there is what is one other big project of the Ministry of Education, one nation, one data. Okay, wherein you don't need to actually enter every time new data. Everything is actually as per AICTE format we have prepared. So APIs are there. So we will actually take your data from the API directly. Okay, yeah. But only thing is you have to make sure that your AICTE data you update. So UGC anyway asks them to update those who are in the university. Some of the other institutions like autonomous institutions under AICTE also, that is particularly PG diploma running program, also have to do this. So one nation, one data actually reduces all parts of the colleges. They don't need to repeatedly entering the data on different platforms. All the institutions of MOE will utilize this one nation, one data platform.
Anyone else? You can kindly raise your hand. Yes, please. Please introduce yourself. You can take the mic.
My name is Joe. I'm working with the Malayalam District. So you mentioned that we're starting courses for the working professionals. Basically already sanctioned BTech and MTech and diploma courses for the engineering make working courses with the engineering colleges. This is for the other courses also. We are allowing the extra divisions or only for the engineering.
No. All the courses which comes under AICTE, we are allowing. So that means even management courses. Okay. Now undergraduate management also will come in, BBA, BCA, but we are not going for arts, commerce because we are not officially, as per the Act, we don't have any role in that.
So what is the course structure? This is what the legally course or what is?
I told you very clearly, this course structure will remain same as the regular course if they go to college. Okay, but there will be a flexible time. That means they will take courses after 5:30, but we don't call that as a evening or part-time program. They will get a same degree as a college going student or a regular student will get. Say, for an example, I will just give you a diploma student working, registers for a undergraduate degree in electrical engineering. Okay, he will take courses required very similar to what undergraduate degree regular student who goes to college. He will take all the number of courses, classes, laboratory, everything. But he might take more than 3 years. His classes will never happen in the evening. So how are you ensuring? We have selected the colleges which are having good ranking of NIRF and other things, and we have already allotted them. They can only take 30 seats in diploma, 60 seats in engineering, 15 seats in PG program. Okay. So we have identified 300 plus institutions like that across the country, very well distributed. But we could not find with this ranking criteria institution in Northeast and Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. So there we have relaxed a little bit our criteria. We have selected those who are not following this guideline also as the institutions to run this program.
And one thing, other thing is you mentioned about the BBA and BCA courses. So the new syllabus will come next year onwards or what's it done?
So already teams have been made. As soon as it comes out, we will distribute. But first semester is not a very big changes will happen. First semester, so they don't need to really panic. We have we are already working on the curriculum for the entire 3-year or 4-year BBA program.
Anyone else? You understand? So if there are no questions, we continue and it is very much. Thank you all for being present. I want to invite you for highlighting the